There's a lot of people through that door.
Those aren't people.
I'm sorry, they're not people.
Hoy, chummers! Before we get started, if you enjoy our content, do us a favor and give it a like if you're on YouTube, or rate the episode if you're listening on your favorite audio platform. Those interactions do go a long way with helping us reach out to like-minded Shadowrun individuals. We're also trying to hit our subscriber goal on YouTube of 1,000, and we can't do it without your help. With that done, last week on SINless, there was a number of ordnance that was fired at a building. And that building probably is no more at this point. When you fire rockets at it, usually the things go away. Something happened with Spider. Who knows what that was about? Oh, geez. If you missed that, you're going to have to go back and catch up. Definitely not nefarious evil things from beyond the veil, right? That couldn't be it. But before we get started to find out, maybe today, a quick word from our sponsor.
You ever wanted to play Shadowrun? You know, the cyberpunk tabletop game where man meets magic and machine. It's too hard though, right? Too crunchy? Too clunky? It's a lot of math. Wrong. Pink Fohawk is a Shadowrun 2nd edition actual play podcast, played by the rules, but fast and loose, with all the 80s cyberpunk edginess you know and love, where the hair is big and the explosions are bigger. Follow the story of two rad Shadowrunners making a name for themselves in the mean streets of 2053 Seattle. Tina Bonemeal, 9.5 feet of pure troll muscle, surveillance expert, and aspiring actress. John Anderson, former company man, with a resume shrouded in mystery and a black belt in Aikido. Check out Pink Fohawk Podcast, available everywhere you listen to podcasts.
Bear, Spider, and Amaging, we last left you in the infirmary. You're in the infirmary with Dulin, and he name drops someone called the Maester.
Do you know where we can find this guy? Should we try to find him? Does it help myself in particular at all if we go after this guy?
The last that I remember is we were inside the house, and then there was a bunch of explosions and suddenly automatic gunfire and shouting inside the house. I don't know. And then I woke up and I was strapped to a chair.
Well, we know where the house is. I guess we could go back and...
I don't know if he would still be there.
Is that where he normally lived, or were you guys there meeting for something special?
It was his residence. Maybe there's something left. I don't know. Like I said, the last thing I remember is being tied to a chair. Luckily, you stormed in and were able to save me.
I have to ask you to be completely honest with me, what you know about this book. And our names are in it now, and I'm also hearing voices.
It's a very old artifact from some time out of antiquity, dating back to the Crusades. That's at least what we were able to discern from it. Historians and, modern technologies of dating, that's what we were able to ascertain.
What does it mean that my name is in the book, Dulin? We're in too deep now. Tell me the truth.
Not good things. People whose name ends up inside the book don't particularly spend long in this life.
How exactly did our names get in the book? We didn't touch it. We didn't read it. I gave a Kit Kat to a guy in a padded cell, and somehow our names got in the book.
You talked to the last emissary.
I'm sorry, the last what now?
You talked to the last emissary. He was the physical embodiment of the last person to ever open its pages and read directly from it.
Literally gave him chocolate. How'd my name get in the book? How did that guy from a padded cell write my name in a book?
He doesn't have to touch it. It's bound to his soul. It's corrupted him fully.
Question, and I'm just spitballing here. What if, and hear me out, we kill that guy?
You want to kill that guy?
Just grenade right through the window. There is like minimal security at this hospital he's in. I could lob 10 grenades through the feeding tube in his door before anybody knew what happened and be down the hallway before they went off. And then he's paced, and hey, guess what? Now there's no physical embodiment of the book. Problem solved.
Dulin just sighs and turns to you, Amaging.
I'm probably doing the same exact thing. Just
Can you explain magic to them in a way that they understand?
I've tried. It hasn't worked. What are our options, Dulin?
No one was supposed to know where he was. How did you even find him?
Crazy elf in a trench coat in the park.
Crazy elf in a trench coat in the
Actually,
park.
that's not entirely true. No, I read a true crime book about the people who were last seen with it, and then it mentioned his name, and then we just looked up where that guy was. So actually, it could have literally been anybody.
He was in a podcast.
This is why you can't trust Deckers. They promised the information would have been removed from the Matrix. Apparently, that is impossible. No one was supposed to know where this individual was kept.
You know, even scarier, we literally walked right in.
Having him completely hidden away in the first place and no one knowing his name was the defense.
Well, it's at least 3 of us. Us two, the elf who contacted us and gave us some information, and I'll hold up the folder, some research. And the guy's name, I definitely found by going to the library. So, slightly larger issue than just the fact that I'm hearing voices.
Wait, you're hearing voices?
His voice specifically, I think.
You're not talking to him, are you?
Nope. I'm ignoring him.
It's good. You should keep doing that. Don't listen to anything he has to say.
I feel so much better knowing I'm not alone here. I thought my ears were on the fritz. I was going to have the doc rewire them.
Can I sense Bear and Spider while we're all here together?
Sure can. They're both healthy. They both have cyberware. What would you say your general emotional state is?
Mild anxiety and annoyance.
Just general concern for my future.
They do both have an astral signature that is present upon their person. It reeks too, like it flows off of them in the astral, like it's stench almost. You've only seen this type of astral presence once before.
Where?
In the cabin, in the
God
woods.
damn it! They're always back to the cabin.
It's the same type of astral presence that's on them, but not the exact same signature. You would have recognized that instantly.
Oh yeah, you don't forget something like that.
Yeah, you're not dealing with good old Dr. Death, but something similar.
What kind of spirit is linked to the book, Dulin?
It's something old. Very old. We've tried to destroy it before.
I had an encounter with something similar with one of our other friends. Something very, very similar. Called himself Dr. Death. Did a deal with him.
I'm not familiar with this entity. All I know is that whatever the entity is that powers and is connected to the book, it will not be banished.
What's the purpose of the book?
It's the conduit
To
this spirit. It's very powerful, very old. We've never seen something like this inhabit an object before, but it does. And it feeds off of however it gets its essence. It likes to bargain and tries to entice people with the promise of great power.
That is eerily familiar. Oh, that's really familiar.
It may be a spirit of the same type that you've seen before?
Well, there's a Dr. Death, and then there's a spirit he had trapped in a warding circle, and it offered me great power.
There could be something similar. I've never experienced it. I'm only part of the group that is supposed to contain and secret it away.
I need to go make a phone call. You two, don't leave without me.
Just in case this wasn't clear before, when we went to find Dulin initially, someone had raided his house. When we went to talk to the guy in the asylum, our mob friend tried to shoot us with a rocket launcher. Then he blew up our apartment, and we rescued Dulin from mob control. So they are definitely looking for the book too, and I don't think we should let them find it. Just gonna throw that out there.
Well, remember the very final phone call that Bear had received was from
you
Mr.
never told us about that.
Mr. Esposito was no longer needing his services, then hung up on him.
I'll get to that. Go ahead and make your phone call.
I mean, yeah, I'm just walking out of the room, and what was that the ghost busting group that we called to help us with Otto's problem?
The Banishers.
Yeah, they had a name. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, geez, it's been a while. You're calling the banishment team again.
Yeah, what was their name? I'm calling the royalty-free Ghostbusters again.
So calling up the distinctly but not different from the real Ghostbusters. Yeah, you can put that call in. Goes a few rings before somebody picks up.
Yeah, what's your spirit problem?
You guys did a job for me about 6 months ago. Should be under the name of Amaging.
I got a lot of receipts to look through here, pal. What was the premise of your spirit issue?
Spirit banishment for a young child.
Young child. All right, that narrows it down a little bit. Said about 6.5 months ago, right?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, well, checking back in the logs here, it looks like we've got 7 cases around that time, all pertaining with children and banishments.
Yeah, it was out in a cabin out in Everett.
I got 3 cases in that area around that time.
You don't have them listed down by names?
We try not to, do that. Want to protect the anonymity and all that.
There was a spirit trapped in a warding circle down in the basement of this cabin, and I need to know what all you guys know about it.
You're trapped in a warding circle, right?
Yes.
Was it taken care of?
We left it to you guys. That's why I'm calling.
So spirit was left in a warding circle at a house at a job that we responded to. Okay. All right. Yeah. See here. Yeah, I got no leftover spirits listed on any of these jobs. Everything is signed off on that it was taken care of. All spirits removed and or banished from premises.
Any notes about said spirit?
Notes on 3 cases. Let's see here. First one, no notes. Second one, denotes some weird smells. Didn't taste things right for the next 2 weeks. Terrible haunting memories. Yeah, that's a usual one that we get. Let's see, case 3. Were you dissatisfied with your service, sir? Is that the reason for this call?
I need to know all the information you have on this spirit.
Well, so we don't keep detailed information on spirit banishings. We just banish the spirits and cleanse the area. That is the motto.
Can you send me your report?
Terribly sorry, sir, but we are not at liberty to disclose all of our case files open to the public. If you'd like to come down to the office and place a formal request, I'm sure we could get it run through our centers and get it cleared away and get you a copy of
There's
that
500 reasons why I need that report.
I understand spirits and magic. It's a crazy thing. Not for the regular or the weak of heart. Yeah, I get that. You're talking to a veteran right here. Look, if you want the report, you got to fill out the paperwork, all right? I can't just give you stuff over the phone. That's not how this works.
750 reasons.
Look, I understand where you're coming from, Mac. It's a hard day. It's a hard life. You want some extra information. You're trying to break through on that thesis that you're working on. Completely understand. A lot of our banishment techniques are proprietary and used by borrowed from certain corporations that will remain nameless. That's really all I can give you over the phone.
Well, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
You're quite welcome, sir. You have yourself a fantastic day and stay spirit free.
Back up to the infirmary.
Guys are just sitting in there with Dulin, just anxious to try to go back to the house.
Wait, Dulin is anxious to go back to the house?
Yes,
Why?
he might be there.
Yeah, but you're in no condition really to go yourself.
No, I have to go with you. I can't let you out of my sight.
I will clap Dulin on the shoulder, probably harder than is strictly necessary.
Winces a bit in pain.
He's a dwarf. He's fine.
Why do you need to keep an eye on them?
Because they're marked. Can't let them out of my sight.
Is there something I can do to take your place?
I mean, it would be very helpful if you came with, since you also understand magic. Did you read the books I gave you?
Yes, I read the books. Sitting in my library right now. Very good reads.
See, there you go. Then you know what we're up against and why they can't be left alone.
If I go with them, can you stay here or do you need to absolutely go?
I would really prefer to go with you.
Can you walk?
I don't think you're going to know what you're looking for. Yeah, of course. Of course I can walk. He shoots himself up off the bed and then immediately stumbles forward. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
He's totally fine.
Okay, I'm casting levitate on him.
Well, he slowly hobbles back up and just reaches out for something that's the closest thing to a walking stick that he can use to prop himself up a little bit. Everything's fine. It'll be great. We'll just pop in really quick and hopefully he's there and then we can get this all cleared up. See? It's simple, easy. No worries, right? Nothing to worry about. In, out, 5 minutes. Maybe 15.
What are you not telling us, Dulin?
Sure, 15-minute adventure. Why not?
All we have to do is go there, okay? He has to be there.
What aren't you telling us?
He has to be at the house.
I'd like to lean down to Amaging at this point as Dulin's getting more frustrated. Take a look at Dulin with your magic eyes. Something doesn't seem right.
All right, I will look into the astral. Is it his aura? That's all I need. I don't even need to sense that. I can, unless is he masking? I don't know. Oh yeah, we'll sense this.
You notice that his aura seems dim, almost like it's not even there.
Is it like that projection he had the one time?
Well, no, that one was different. That one had no aura at all, or
Okay.
a faint magical aura that you reached through. This one, he's clearly solid because Bear just slapped him on the back. But your best guess is that he's using masking.
But it's his aura.
Yeah, it is his aura. You've seen it before.
What else do I get with 4 successes?
His magic is higher than yours. He is suffering from a disease.
What kind of disease is it?
It doesn't give you the specific. It just general diagnosis. It's a disease. Yeah, he's suffering from a disease. You've seen his aura before. The general emotional state that he's in is very anxious and worried. You can't tell if he has any astral signatures present on him.
Can't tell.
No, due to his masking.
Gleam that is he hiding something from me?
Well, he's hiding his disease from you.
Okay.
Obviously, he hasn't told anybody about it. He might not be telling you everything, but he is very anxious and worried to get back to that house.
Why do you need to get back there so soon?
It's important.
Dulin, I'm trying to trust you right now. Last time we had a conversation about this book and anything to do with it, you drugged me, and I lost some time.
Nothing bad happened to you. I just needed to get away. I made sure there was nothing wrong that was going to happen to you.
Everything goes swimmingly when we all start keeping secrets from each other. That has worked out so well for us.
This is not the time or the place for that, Bear.
I can't. I can't. I can't. Okay? I can't.
You can't what? I can find out the information one way or another.
Do you know what an initiation group is?
No, I don't know what an initiation group is.
I really don't have the time to explain it to you.
Yes, I know what it is.
Oh, great. You are being sarcastic.
Are you
Yes.
bound to secrecy?
That is one of the tenets.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
There you go.
Let's go.
Okay.
We need to make a pit stop on the way.
Okay. As soon as we get there, though, the sooner would be better.
All right, go grab the Humvee. And I'm making a stop to the not Ghostbusters.
Yeah, sure. They're set up in an old clinic. So yeah, you can get there.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna head inside.
Few people sitting around at desks and little kind of cubicles, and there's one person that's up at like the reception-ish desk.
I called earlier about something you guys took care of out in Everett about 6 months ago.
Do you want to fill out a form for the paperwork?
Were you the one I talked to on the phone?
No, hang on. They walk back of the back, and you can hear some murmuring and grumbled voices, and eventually this guy comes. You the phone call a little while ago?
Yes, that was me.
Maybe if you could jog my memory. And he just points and taps at the desk while rubbing his temple.
I'll pull out crit stick and kind of tap it like I'm tapping a pen.
Okay, how much are you gonna flash him?
750.
Right, he puts a piece of paper over folds it over the cred stick. Where did I put those files? Drops a specific one folder on the desk, and at the same time slides the cred stick off, and like he's looking around. Yeah, here's that paper you got to sign, and puts the paper on top of the file in front of you. Good solid writing surface right here. Here's a pen. Just sign here, initial here, phone number here. We'll get that paperwork sent right along, so you get that file that you need.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna slide the file and walk out.
Have a great day, sir. Then he grumbles away.
All right, back to the car. And as soon as I get into the car, I'm throwing the files to Dulin. Read through it. Let me know what you find.
Can we go slow? I get motion sickness.
Oh, for God's sake, give me the file, Dulin.
Bear, can you translate this for him?
Who's driving, I guess, is the first part. Amaging's driving. Okay.
Yeah, this one's not dwarf modded.
I see. So he's sitting in the back then with Dulin, and you just rip the file out of his hand to read it. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'll just snatch it and start going through.
Sure. A lot of it's been blacked out, like redacted.
I knew it.
There's the name of the place, the cabin, the address is there. The filed paperwork of the successful removal of one banishment from a young child. Banishment successful, paid in full.
Does it have anything about the type of entity?
Just references spirit.
They're tick boxes.
It references spirit every time.
Yeah, it's very generic, and I'll pass that all along to Amaging. That like it's pretty generic, and a lot of it's redacted.
You're flipping all the way through it. So at the very end of the file, taped in between two pieces of paper, there is a chip.
The type that I could click into my head.
Yeah, or into a computer, or whatever you
We
want to
don't
do.
have one with us. So against my better judgment, and having not done this through 2 seasons, I'm just going to slot the chip.
Okay. Information just starts downloading into your brain. You do get part of a lot of the redacted stuff. Strong-willed entity of negative type discovered within premises. Entity.
While it's like downloading and like filtering through, I'm going to tap Amaging on the shoulder. Give me the pen. Give me the pen right now.
just writing it out.
And just scribbling on the back of the report sheets, like all the redacted stuff.
Banishment attempted 3 times. All 3 were failures. Hospitalization required for last banishment attempt. Team hospitalized. So the next step was to seal the entire entity off. Extra containment steps were taken into effect, and then special level 3 physical containment implemented. Doesn't say what it is, but whatever that thing is potentially still there. Nothing removed from location listed as condemned.
You should not use those guys. They were not honest in their initial report.
They did what they were originally hired to do.
Mages really aren't known for their forthrightness.
I'll eject the chip and drop it in the cup holder if Amaging wants it later for any reason.
What do you want to do? Segue and go to Everett instead?
That's an option.
Apparently it is.
What does this mean for karma?
What?
I will say that to the car. What does this mean for karma? We all assumed it was handled.
Dr. Death was handled. Whatever was in the basement apparently was not handled.
Was what was in the basement what was affecting karma, or was that just Dr. Death? Or we don't know, do we?
It was some kind of a spirit that promised me great power to release it.
It was just got a whole lot more sucky.
Oh, yeah, off to Bellevue.
Doesn't take long. I mean, you get back to the neighborhood. It's just that particular house has police tape all around it. There's one squad car that's parked out front.
I'll hand Spider a cred stick. Why don't you invite them to go for a coffee break?
No.
I'll go up to the squad car and invite them to go for a coffee break.
You know, we don't need to announce our presence. We can sneak in.
I don't think Dulin's going to be very sneaky with his hobbling.
Dulin just shakes his head.
You know invisibility, right?
Dulin just is sitting there, and while you guys are talking, Dulin just vanishes.
If the car door opens, I reach for where he would be and yank him back into the car.
No, the car door doesn't open, but you just hear that. You just hear the voice. I'm still here.
No need in announcing our presence. We're all sneaky here.
Yeah, it's very, very sneaky. Just need to get into the house.
If Dulin freaks out and alerts them, I am not responsible.
The police?
Yeah, we don't want to alert them. My brilliant plan was to bribe them to go have a coffee for like an hour.
And then what if they say no and then arrest you for bribery?
I'm very charming.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? Just go. Just turn invisible and go. We'll sneak around the back. It's fine.
The door opens and then it closes.
I cast improved invisibility on myself.
You watch Amaging fade away. Bear and Spider, are you stealthing into the house, or are you just gonna hang out here? What's the plan?
I'll stealth.
Spider?
I will try to as well.
Okay, both of you, please roll me stealth. Heading on back to the house. Doesn't look like anybody noticing you. Lights don't click on. Spotlight doesn't swing in your direction. There isn't anybody that comes over a PA that says halt. So yeah, you can make it up to the side door of the house, which has now standing open.
I'd like to turn on my thermo eyes and the ears, and I'll subvocal to Spider to let me know before she fires any shots so I can turn them off.
When you turn on your thermographic vision, you can see the outline of Dulin just standing in the doorway.
What are you waiting for? Go ahead, or I'll go first.
He's inside. He was the one that opened the door to the house.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant he was just standing there like a weirdo outside.
No, he's inside the house through the open door, just waiting on you guys. He just did regular invisibility, not improved invisibility.
I was gonna say,
seeing Dulin's outline in thermo, I'm gonna turn around to where I assume Amaging might be. Like I'm just gonna scan left and right and see if I see him.
You can roll your intelligence. You don't see him at all.
I'm just gonna whisper, "Wow, his is so much better," and then go into the kitchen.
Wow.
Go into the side door.
Sure. It's more into like a living room, or like technically be a mud room, I guess is what you would call it. And then there's another door that goes directly into the house, which also swings open. You can see inside there's shattered glass, broken furniture, bullet holes in the walls. There's burn marks here and there. Dulin just makes his way to the kitchen, and he's no longer sustaining invisibility. You can see him.
I'll drop the thermo eyes so I can see. Well, what time of day is it?
Night.
All right. I'll drop thermo so I can at least get some kind of color, like just looking for clues. I can also do.
I mean, if you want to search around the house, you can. Dulin's going directly to the kitchen.
I'm following Dulin.
Goes right up to the island that's in the middle of the kitchen. Pulls open a cabinet, reaches up under it, and you hear something click. And then part of the floor on the other side of the island slides under the island, and there's a stairway going down.
Is that your panic room?
No. And then he just starts walking down the stairs.
I will walk after him.
When you get down here, it's like you've walked into an exhibit museum almost. Nice stone-shaped floor. There are display cases with objects and then glass covering them. There's open books here and there. And then there's a door in the back of the room. Just a plain wooden door.
Do any of the cases look like they've been disturbed, like smashed? You know what I mean? Does it look like somebody's been down here and looted stuff? No? Okay.
No, looks like these haven't been touched.
Feeling slightly more positive. Continue to follow Dulin.
He goes all the way to the door, the wooden door, and then stops. He has to be in here. If he's not here, it's very, very bad. You all wait right here.
Sure.
Whatever you hear, don't open the door.
Looking in the astral, what do I see on the door?
It is heavily warded. Like, it looks like a plain wooden door, but it is very heavily warded. Okay? Everybody's fine?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be right back. Try, please try not to touch anything. Especially anything that's under glass. Okay?
I am so glad you said that because I was going to wander off and start reading a book.
Don't touch anything under glass. That's all you have to do. Don't touch anything under glass. Don't open the door, no matter what you hear. Okay? Hopefully shouldn't be too long. He opens the door, and you don't see anything on the other side. It looks just like pure darkness. And he steps through and closes the door behind him. After he does that, the room gets really cold. Like, you can almost see your breath while you're breathing down here.
Thermo eyes go back on.
Sure. You're the only 3 heat sources.
What do I see in the astral?
Oh boy, this place lights up like a Christmas tree when you look in the astral. The cases are all heavily warded with anything that is under glass. Some of the things that are under glass radiate stronger auras than the wards that are containing them. And then there's bits of foci here and there. They're scattered around the room. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
You said it was a plain wooden door, right?
Yeah, plain wooden door.
Do I get any heat signature from the other side?
No, it's like when you look at it, it's like you're looking at cold.
A solid wall.
You're just looking at solid. It'd be like if you were looking at a block of ice or a glacier.
Oh, that ain't no regular door.
It's just so cold. The next thing you guys hear after a few minutes is the sounds of wailing and moaning. You get this immediate sense of dread, like something's wrong, and then the screams kind of pitch really loud and then just fall silent, and then it just becomes eerily quiet, other than your own footsteps or your
even with the
breathing.
shotgun ears.
It's
Nothing from the other side of the door?
No, it's creepier with the shotgun ears because you can hear kind of the wind and the movement of things upstairs, like the wind through the curtains and things like that. But you can hear everybody breathing down here, which is weird that that's the only sound, and everybody's little movement of their feet as they move across the stone. All of that is louder to you. But other than that, it's just so quiet.
I'll turn my ear towards the door. Not touching it, but like shotgunning towards the door.
You hear hundreds of whispers.
I'll whisper to Amaging, there's a lot of people through that door.
Those aren't people.
I'm sorry, they're not people.
Most likely spirits. I hope.
I'm gonna pull my pistol out, sit down very slowly, and just like leave it in my lap. I'm very disturbed by this.
The door eventually swings back open very suddenly, and you get a cold burst of air, and again there's some slight wailing noises as the wind bursts out. And then Dulin stumbles out and then quickly shuts the door behind him and just kind of slumps down. Okay, well, he was there. Everything was fine. He was there. It's not good that the book was gone, though.
I'm sorry, that book was gone?
What, that book? You mean the book, the one that you've been looking for?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it is gone.
I'm gonna look at Amaging. See, now I have to find it.
Yeah, it's gone. Someone took it. Someone knew exactly what they were looking for. They took it.
How long ago? Do you know how long ago it went missing?
It had to be when we were attacked. At least that's what
Esposito has it.
That's what he remembers. He doesn't remember who. It's definitely no longer in inventory.
I'll remind Amaging that my former protege, now current nemesis, was also working for Esposito. And it makes sense that he might have been working on a similar project. Also, I may have gotten a phone call that Mr. Esposito no longer required my services before we went on this little jaunt.
You didn't think that would be information I would like to know.
I'm telling you now.
Did he tell you why he didn't need your services anymore?
Nope, just that my services were no longer required. But we got a cash advance, so there's that.
Who is this person?
Some scummy mobster that we're probably going to have to kill now.
A mobster has the book?
Probably the same people that kidnapped you.
Well, it's either the mob or the ghouls.
The what?
A ghoul also asked me to find the book.
I'm sorry. It's been a long few days. A mobster and a talking ghoul.
Yes, they both wanted the book. We had no intentions of ever finding it. We just wanted to know where it was so that we could make sure that they didn't get it.
It was safe where it was.
And I stopped looking for it when you told me that because I trust you.
We didn't help them find it. Just we didn't communicate with them at all. I don't know how they found out.
Well,
But like I said, I basically Scroogle searched most of the information, so it may not have been as well protected as you thought.
We also had to lay a false trail that made it look like we were looking for it, but we were never going to find this thing. Like, as soon as you said it was that dangerous, we were not going to go after it.
But
to be fair, we did find that stuff readily on the
yeah. No,
Screwball.
that's great. That's wonderful. Well, then that's not good. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Let's start with the bad. And then the good news will seem better in comparison.
Well, the bad news is that something very, very awful is potentially going to be released. But hey, the good news is that you two should be clear of the book if things go forward.
So if something horrible happens, we're fine.
In a sense.
Because we'll all be dead, presumably.
Well,
Or
no,
undead?
It's not world ending. It's just terrible.
What is it?
Well, the book has always been used in ancient time as information, almost like a how-to manual.
How to what?
Well, we're not sure. We didn't want to read it ourselves. Are you insane? That would put our names in the book and we would share the same fate as the man that we have locked away.
So the only way you get your name in the book is by reading it.
Not entirely true. You can get your name in the book by reading it. If you fail to overcome it, I guess? I'm not entirely sure. I've never read it. It's only been here for safekeeping to keep it away from people.
Does the creepy guy in the asylum count as like the book? Is it like a
he is an extension
bonding thing?
He's an extension of it, and you interacted with him and he saw you. That would be the only way.
So they're doing like a Sauron in the One Ring thing. Got it.
I don't know what that is.
You don't read any books, apparently.
I read antiquity books and magical theorem.
Is there any way to track it for you to recover it? Is there any way for us to lock it back in there? Can we find it?
Technically, he can't open it.
Who's he?
Whoever has it can't open it.
Okay.
For now.
Can you track it?
Maybe.
I know someone who probably could.
I think we're thinking of the same someone.
If we put him on a leash.
If we let him out, it's worse.
I think we should not make it any worse than it already is. And
it doesn't matter. We won't have a choice. We have to acquire him and move him before they figure out something important.
Amaging?
Dulin,
Yes.
for past secrets.
They can't open the book without him.
I mean, I picked that up from the context, but
His blood is tied to it. He is part of it. It will not open until it won't open without him.
Like until he dies?
In a sense, yes. They have to be rejoined. Think of the book as locked and the individual as a key.
So you would call him the Keymaster?
we're going back to the asylum.
The individual that you spoke to is the only one that is capable of opening the book.
Amaging. How fast does that car go? Because they called me a couple hours ago.
We better leave now.
Oh, wait. Let's not be hasty. We have to prepare for these things.
Prepare how?
We can't.
I'm just going to knock him out.
Oh.
I'm going to hit him really hard in the head until he stops moving, and then we'll deal with the warden.
No, we can't open the door. We cannot
You
open
want to
that
live
door.
at the asylum and like defend the asylum? Like we're gonna.
No, we take measures to move him.
What measures do we need to take to move him?
Hang on. Do you have a mage mask? Some binding cuffs, something very strong, industrial would be great. And then we need a lot of sedative.
We actually have all of that, don't we? I've definitely got the cuffs, and Spider's got the sedatives.
If you have a mage mask, we're gonna have a different conversation.
We need one.
Oh
of
no,
those.
I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't have the mage mask. I assume you did for like enemy wizards or something.
No.
We'll definitely need one. Maybe we can get one from there. It is a asylum, right?
I assume they probably have something like that, but we've definitely got the cuffs and the sedatives.
Do you have enough sedative?
Spider's probably got enough to take down a bull elephant.
Oh, good. That should be just enough.
Also going to an asylum, which I assume they have sedatives in spades.
Hopefully, yes. We also need somewhere where we can put him. Do you have any suggestions?
Marianas Trench,
I don't have a boat.
Puget Sound.
That's also on the other side of the country. So then you would have to figure out how to drive or fly him. Seems dangerous.
I mean, with a small boat, we could probably drop him into the Puget Sound. That would work.
And he gets swept out to sea?
No, we weight him down.
Oh, you just want to leave him under the water. Yeah, that won't work.
What's it going to take to contain him? If we're talking about finding a new place, what has to be done to the place for him to stay inside?
Very strong ward would be nice. Underground preferable. Do you know of anything like that? Something underground or something with a strong ward. Both would be fantastic.
Hey, Bear, how fast can we bury the VIP lounge?
Well, if we get an excavator, we could go back to Jotunheim, get one of those containers, and then with an excavator, I could probably get it 60 feet down.
This sounds
We
like
could
time.
we can use the old Jotunheim.
There was a cave.
Yes, I can work on the words while you go pick him up.
Sounds like a plan.
I can help you with the wards.
We do that while you two.
No. We'll have to do the wards and then go get him all together. We can't. He looks at Bear and Spider, and then at Amaging. We can't.
I can
not
also
alone.
take a troll that'll snap my spine if I start to wig out.
Does your troll know and understand the uses of magic?
No, but he could
Okay, then no.
deactivate me.
We should leave now. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
The faster, the better. And then he'll look around the room and start grabbing some things.
Anything here that's going to help me?
No, these are the things that will help us when we're setting up the ward. This will help you in the long run, though. And he grabs an old book and hands it to you.
What's the title?
You can't read it. It's in Latin.
While Dulin and I are working on the words, I need you to go pick me up a Linguasoft for Latin, please.
It also looks old. Like, it's not just a normal book that he hands you. It's almost like a tome.
Let's get back to the car.
When you go to leave the house, there is no squad car parked out front.
What's parked out front?
There's nothing parked out front. Just your vehicle.
Watch my body. I'm flying around and like scouting the area around our car.
Doesn't look like there's any astral signatures around your car.
Anyone?
Looks safe. You can roll me a perception while you're in the astral. It looks like there is an astral form like floating off, trying to mask itself, like watching the specific area.
Oh no, sirree, Bob! All right, we're chasing them.
Oh, you're going after him?
Oh yeah.
Soon as you fly towards them, it drops out of the astral.
It drops out of the astral?
Yeah, which means it was most likely another mage.
So that means his body's nearby.
Probably.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'm searching for that same astral signature.
Roll intelligence for searching. So you can notice there's a car that's pulled off into a driveway a few houses down that has that same astral signature in the back seat. And there's 2 other life forces in the car. So there's 3 altogether.
Do I recognize any of the astral signatures in the car?
Only the one that you briefly just saw.
No, I'm following them.
Okay, I mean, they're just sitting there. They're not moving. So they're like 3 or 4 houses down. They're just sitting in the driveway.
All right, I'm flying back to the body. And as soon as I come back out, which one of you is quieter? You know what, Spider, do you have your gun on you?
Which one?
Any
My
gun.
I'm packing. I'm always packing.
Let's go. Bear, watch Dulin. Do not go in that car.
What, our car?
Yes.
Do you want me to take a look at our car?
No, don't go near it.
So is there a problem?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We'll just wait here. Time. So don't take long.
We're gonna.
Let's go.
What you doing? What you doing?
I'm casting invisibility on both of us.
Okay. Just regular invisibility or
No, I only have improved invisibility.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the level the focus 3 focus I have to sustain that spell.
Okay.
That way I'm not getting any negatives. And then I'm just
Okay.
gonna sustain that one.
All right.
And the one that I'm sustaining is the one that I've cast on myself.
Amaging and Spider have effectively disappeared.
Lead on.
We can't see him. He's vanished.
That is very true. I'm just gonna.
Great.
I'm gonna give her audio instructions on where to go.
Okay.
And there's a car sitting there with 3 gentlemen in it.
Spider, he's giving you a rough description. Something like 3 or 4 houses down. There's a car with 3 people in it.
I will go 3 houses down and try to find the car he's describing.
You guys are invisible, so you can pretty easily go down the 3 or 4 houses. There's one car that's silent. It's just kind of idling, no lights on or anything, just in the driveway.
How many people
And
are in it?
they're backed in. There's looks like there's two. Go ahead and roll me a perception. So roll your intelligence. So Amaging, you'll notice that the one sitting in the passenger seat has some kind of device pulled up to his face and is looking down towards where your car has been parked. And there's another person in the back that seems really anxious and just keeps tapping the guy on the shoulder. And
Do I recognize any of the people in the car having been shot at by, lots of these things over the last couple of days? Do any of these people look familiar?
When the guy pulls the binoculars down, yes, he looks familiar. He reminds you of somebody that had popped up out of the top of an SUV and shot at you while you were walking out of the asylum. What would you like to do?
You don't
Yeah.
have we don't have sub vocal, do you, Amaging? Oh.
No, but I'll be like next to you, be like, all right, what do you see?
You hear Amaging's voice just like really close.
Guy at the front is watching us with something. I can't tell what it is. This person in the back seems really anxious. There's one other person in the car, so there's three of them together.
Which one seems really anxious?
The one in the front seat or the back seat?
Backseat.
One in
Is
the
it-
back
was-
seat.
Is that the mage?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. Well, how do you want to play this?
If I shoot enough bullets, they might flee.
I can crash the car.
All right. I start taking pot shots at him. You do your thing,
Yeah, hang on.
and then we book it.
call Bear and tell him to get ready.
Okay, so what's your plan here?
When she calls, I'll just
Uh-huh.
say, have him fireball the damn gas tank.
I mean, that also would work, but then we'd have to unscrew the gas tank, and that might be difficult.
I will kind of put my arm around Dulin like we're old buddies and just casually start strolling down the street,
Okay.
maybe puffing on a cigar. Not paying any particular attention to the car, but now alert to it.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep Dulin in position to shove him into the bushes if there is any shooting.
So while you're kind of just strolling like your old buddies down, the two of you who are invisible, who are close to the car, you can see the guy in the back seat just like slapping the dude on the shoulder and making gestures towards the car.
I immediately shoot at the windshield. As soon as I see that gesture, I take a pot shot at the windshield.
And
Okay.
I'm dropping invisibility and casting magic fingers.
All right, so the pot shots just kind of ting off the windshield. You see the driver. At this point, you guys get the surprise round of the pot shots, and then first step would be everybody roll initiative, please. All right, the first one to go is Spider with 16.
I'm going to try to shoot the driver through the window. Well, actually, when I was shooting at like the windows, did any of the bullets penetrate, or did they just crack the glass?
They're just cracking the glass.
Okay. I'm gonna keep shooting at the windshield then to try to bust it out completely.
Okay. Are you taking one shot or two shots?
I would like to take 2 shots, please.
Fire away. All right, so it puts more spider webbing all over the windshield. It makes it very difficult for them. It's going to make it super difficult for them to drive and see out of. Barry would be next.
And the car has not moved.
It has not moved.
I am going to... You said it's only 3 or 4 houses down.
Mm-hmm.
Move as far as I can and still have time to aim. And I'd like to take a shot at the driver's side front tire. You said they're back then, so I'm going to go for one of the front tires. If it's driver's side, that's better, but I'll take either front tire I can see from this angle. And I am using a silencer. I don't know if Spiders is or not.
One success. It hits the tire. You don't know if it's popped or not. The engine kicks on their turn. They're gonna try and peel out of there, and then Amaging, it's your turn. The car is starting to pull forward to try and drive out of the driveway.
Magic Finger is I'm having a go, grab onto the steering wheel, just jerk it to the right.
The car starts to peel out, go forward, and then suddenly veers to the right and is now on course to drive right into a house. Spider, it will be your turn again. By this point, the car has come out and made the sharp turn towards the house.
For good measure, can I try to bust out the other tire to make
now
sure they don't recover?
Now you'd be looking at the back of the car. Are you wanting to shoot the back driver tire or the back passenger tire?
Let's do the back passenger tire so
Okay.
that it has. Yeah, let's go with that.
There, you're still running down the street, and you can see the car has made a sudden sharp turn towards the house that it was parked in front of.
Is Dulin able to keep pace with me as I'm jogging down the street, or am I more or less just like dragging him?
You're moving faster than he is. While you are both dwarves, you are. What's your quickness?
5.
You are slightly faster than him.
All right, as long as he's able to keep up. Like if I slow myself down to let him keep up, like I don't want to necessarily let him out of my sight.
Okay.
And I can see the rear of the car or the front of the car as it makes the turn.
The rear of the car.
We're gonna go through the back window with another aimed shot.
You're just aiming at the back window.
Would I have time to switch on the thermo eyes to get a heat signature through the glass?
I suppose, yeah. Like you don't have. It would be considered in like it'd be a free action basically. It's a
Okay.
consequence.
I was gonna say I couldn't remember if I said I turned them off or not, but I'll flip them on and then aim at a heat signature through the back window.
Can't tell what happens. Amaging, you still have one turn with your 11. How about that? What would you like to do as the car is still on track to drive through possibly the living room or front of this house?
So I can't see the brakes, so I can't get my. Let's cast stun ball in the car.
So he's out. The guy in the passenger seat goes out. And then the one in the driver's seat is still conscious for now. Because the next thing that happens is this car plows through the front of the house. The car punches into the house. It's not going fast enough to go all the way, but the front of the car punches into the house. Airbags deploy, obviously. Not like it matters for two of them. But for the other one, it does because he's still conscious. The impact of going in and having the airbag deploy, he is now also unconscious. And the car is stopped.
Do you want to recover the other mage?
Well, we can get into the car.
Oh, I'll get in the car.
I mean, it's a very loud crash, obviously. And then there are lights that will start to come on other houses.
I would recommend we leave as soon as possible.
Yeah, whenever that happens, I'm throwing on a my mask. I can, if you really want, I can cast fireball on the car.
I think we've done enough damage to these people's lovely suburban home. We should probably go.
Yeah, we need to check out that.
Unless
car,
you want to recover the mage. Like, I can tear the door open.
Can you do it quick? We need to check the car our car to make sure it's not,
All right, Spider, check our car. I'll get the mage.
So, Spider, you're running back to your car and looking for a bomb.
See if anything looks out of place.
Okay.
But specifically, yeah, I guess if they wired the car.
Sure. Roll me your perception. There is something that has been placed in the undercarriage of your vehicle.
Does it look like it's explosive or more like a tracking device?
It is hard to... Well, you have demolitions, right?
I do. Yes, I do.
You can roll demolitions. This definitely looks like it's probably an explosive.
Okay.
Definitely, probably.
What would one roll to disable said, probably,
not-
definitely.
It hasn't been wired to anything. It's just there with a remote on it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's
Then
set
I
to
just
receive a signal, so you could just...
gotcha. So I rip it. I rip it off and chuck it towards the street, I guess. Yeah, we'll chuck it in the street.
Okay, chucking it in the street. Meanwhile, Bear, you're ripping open the car door. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yep. Well, do any of the doors, like, sometimes in a car crash, like the doors will kind of crumple. Does anything like that happen? Any glass broken or anything like that?
Are you gonna try the doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're open.
Oh, just politely open the door, grab the wizard, and drag him out. Run back towards our car.
You have an unconscious man.
I'm shooting the driver and the passenger.
All done. Running away now as...
Jumping into the car and driving off.
Okay. You guys drive off in your vehicle. Where are you headed?
Jotunheim.
When you get there, it looks like there are still people milling about.
Anyone we recognize?
Mm-mm.
There any gang tags anywhere?
Oh yeah, there are lots of gang tags everywhere. But it's like they've been sprayed over. There's some gang tag and then another one, and then another one over that one. It's like it's being contested over.
Are there any pumpkins?
There's no pumpkins.
We can get down to where we need to go through the sewers. Set it through
Right.
actual Jotunheim, so I'll lead them to the old sanctum.
How long, Amaging, because I assume you spelled this guy. How long is he going to be out?
How long does it usually take you to wake up from being knocked out?
Not long. That's why I'm asking.
All right, so probably double that.
Okay. So, all right. I'll throw the guy on my shoulder and try to maintain awareness if he starts to twitch so I can bang his head on something, knock him back out.
Hey, gag him.
Okay. I'll take off my tie, shove it in his mouth. Spider, do you have a medical kit with you? First aid kit?
Yes, I do have my first aid kit with me.
Give me the tape. And I'll stuff the tie in his mouth and then wrap tape around it.
Got him gagged. Ugh. You can make your way through the sewers into the sanctum underneath. Doesn't look like this has been touched.
Well, it's good to know people didn't know how to find it. You guys will notice there's a very nice fire pole in here.
Dude, you had a bat cave the whole time we lived here?
Something like that. Well, this is where we can do our warding, and this is where we can bring them.
Abdullah's just looking around. Oh yes, this is nice. Oh right, I should get to work.
Yeah, I'm gonna interrogate our friend over here real quick.
You can do that while he's unconscious, or are you gonna wake him up first? Should I restrain him?
No.
I mean, I can hold him while you smack him around. It's fine.
Just gonna go right in, huh?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over and just either side of his head and just probe him. It's probing time.
Well, his surface thoughts are panic, needing to get away. They should just blow the car and hope for the best. Get out of there.
Now, I want to probe for who he works for, anything like that.
Oh yeah, he is doing a job. He was hired by some guy in a suit, like a cheap-looking suit.
It wasn't Esposito, was it?
No, but it's
It's not Mario, is it?
no,
Okay, the troll enforcer.
no, but that guy is in his memory.
Okay. What's he
Like
what,
he's seen him there at that place.
he's had no run-ins with him or anything?
No, he hasn't had any run-ins or dealings with him. He was hired by this guy in a gray suit to, it says harass his old buddy, and then puts a brick of C4 on the table. That's what he was told. He was told to take care of him, stake out these usual spots. This is like one guy of a few that have been told to watch certain areas.
What other areas? Any specific?
He doesn't know. He was told just to watch. He and these 3 dudes were told to watch this house, and they've been periodically coming back at night, and he watches it during the day in the astral.
All right. I'm gonna find something to blindfold this guy too, and then I'll start helping Dulin.
Okay. You also get the sense of he doesn't like that house.
Wonder why?
Like he tried to go in it once, and it didn't go well for him.
Everything started yelling at him.
Yeah, you get that he immediately was overcome with the sense of terrible dread. So he fled for his life. Is what you get from his memories.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'll start doing that, and then I'll find a blindfold, something to blindfold him with.
It's gonna leave him passed out.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Bear, watch him, make sure he doesn't get up and run away, or take the blindfold out.
I will take the guy's wrists, take my belt off, and tie his wrist behind his back.
Okay.
And we'll just prop him in the corner. Is there anything else of use in here? Is there like a chair we could tie him to, or
No?
I know where we can keep him. I'm gonna go into my secret library room in here,
Okay.
and then yeah, we can lock him in there.
The room off this room.
Yeah, it had the door. Remember?
I know it had the door.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I'll open it up. Hey, we can actually stick him in here. Forgot
like
about this.
Small, extra little room.
okay. So we'll have his hands belted behind his back, the tie in the mouth with the gag. He's blindfolded. Is he wearing shoes with laces?
Yes.
I tie his shoelaces together, so if he does try and get up and walk around, he'll just trip. With his hands tied behind his back, he'll be helpless. Does he have a cell phone in his pockets? I will pat him down as we're dragging him into this room.
Yes, he has a cell phone.
I take that.
Okay.
And anything else in his pockets?
He has some gum.
Pop a piece of his gum, turn his phone off.
All right, you're just working on the wards with Dulin. Are you just gonna wait for the guy to wake up, or do you have anything else planned?
I mean, once we get that done, then we can. I mean, he can stay in there indefinitely. I mean, he could die in there for all I care.
It's gonna take you a few hours to do the wards, and Dulin's teaching you how to write them.
What force is the word?
That you're making together.
Hmm.
To combined, and the way that he's teaching you how to do this, you guys are working to erect like a Force 10 ward. Yeah, Dulin is getting very tired towards the end of it.
Problem is, this guy's cell phone may have been pinged on our way down here. So while
there's no cell phone service down here.
Right, but wherever we entered the sewers, they might have a starting point. So while I assume the wards take hours.
Oh yeah. For Force 10, it takes 10 hours to do.
Yeah. So Spider and I need to go lead any other bad guys on a wild goose chase with this cell phone so they don't see where we actually entered the sewers. We'll be back in 8 hours.
You know what else is down in these sewers, you remember?
I would like to remind Bear of the first time we ever went down into the sewers here, and how I would rather just stay here where they can't find us and deal with it after the wards are done and we all leave together.
I'm going back to the surface to ping the cell phone on the surface miles from here. Like I'm going to go like 20 miles away, turn the phone on so they get a ping somewhere else, and then turn it back off and come back.
Or we could just destroy the cell phone. If it pinged already, they know we're in the general area anyway. There's no point.
Except I'd be leading them away, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. If they storm the Batcave with guns, that's cool.
Okay, 10 hours will go by. No one shows up. All right, well, it's been 10 hours. It's definitely early morning. You feel exhausted from being up and working like that.
Is it safe to just sleep here?
No one's shown up in the 10 hours.
I mean, question for Amaging, is it safe to just sleep here, or should we make our way back to Asgard?
I've slept here multiple times. So has Otto. Haven't had any problems yet.
Then I vote we rest here. And as soon as we're rested up, we go get this guy. Feel like we've wasted enough time already. Not wasted in the sense of the wards, but like this, there's urgency around this. So a couple hours of sleep and then we go get him.
Sounds good.
That's what you're gonna do? Okay. Going in like the afternoon.
Aim for shift change, maybe about 3 o'clock at the asylum. Last time we were able to walk in and talk to the guy with very few questions asked. This time we're removing him from the premises. So shift change, we're less likely to be observed.
Does Dulin have like what's it called? Like guardianship over this guy?
Maybe.
And we're gonna ask him that in the morning because he said that like he insinuated that he's put him here before, so he might have guardianship over, and we could just sign a few papers and go.
Possibly. And also we need a proper mage mask if we can't, just in case we can't find one there. But I assume there'll be one there. But if you guys want to stop at a talismonger shop and pick one up.
You can buy a mage mask at most shopping centers. They sell them.
I'll pop in and get one on the way. Just
Okay.
in case we can't find one.
So you'll have your mage mask. You head to the asylum afternoon-ish, and Dulin just tells you just be ready for anything. Who knows what could happen?
This place
and,
could be watched.
And Dulin's gonna change his face. You watch his face shift and change like you've seen Loki do before, and then he'll walk into the asylum up to the front desk. So you're going in with Dulin is what you want to do.
Before I do, though, I will warn Amaging that this was one of the places that was being watched. And the last time we were here, a rocket was launched at us. So keep an eye out here. I'll go in with Dulin and make sure there's nothing shady. And also the guy in the asylum, if it's the same guy at the front desk, he's seen me before.
You walk in and Dulin just goes up to the desk, slaps something down on the desk, slides it to the guy, who looks it over, gives him a weird look, and Dulin just shakes his head. And then the guy rummages around in a drawer and slides him some paperwork, which Dulin takes and goes and sits down in a chair and starts filling it out. Everything looks fine. Dulin will come over to you. I just need you to thumbprint right here, please.
You need me to?
Yes, you're the other party that's going to be assisting.
I'm going to review it real quick and make sure I'm not about to involuntarily commit myself.
Yes, you're not being committed. This is not a commitment paperwork. This is removal of ward to be transported to other facility.
Okay. I'll sign or thumbprint or whatever he needs.
Great. They'll bring him down. I've already requested specifics. They know what's protocol, but then we'll need to do our own stuff. You're all set, right?
I've got the mage mask and the coat.
All right, then.
Cable ties, like zip ties, like we're good.
Excellent. Then we should be all set. Within 20 minutes later, the guy is being wheeled down to you. His face is completely covered. He's in a straitjacket. It's like Hannibal Lecter hand cart wheeled to you.
I would like to ask is it the same orderly from before?
No.
Hey fellas, how much would it cost to procure this hand truck?
You don't have one?
I assumed you would. I'll just buy it from you right now.
100 new yen. It's yours.
I give him 250. Leave him exactly as he is.
They just stop and walk away. Take the money and go. You wheel him out.
Well, I'll check with Dulin first. Like, what else do we need to do to him? Can we get the mage mask on him?
We need to go. We need to go right now.
Okay. I'll take him out quick.
Spider and Amaging outside. You can see Bear and Dulin on their way, wheeling this individual towards you guys.
I'll probably throw my suit jacket over him. Like, just kind of drape it over top of him to make it a little less obvious what we're doing.
Okay. You setting him in the back seat? Or how are you doing this part?
You want to strap him to the roof? Like, I don't particularly want to ride next to this guy.
No.
You either throw him in the trunk space of the back of the Humvee, or you put him on the seat in the back.
Oh, like lay him horizontally across the seats?
You want to lay him horizontally across the bench seat?
Yeah, I'm not letting him off this hand truck until we get where we're going.
Okay. And then the three of you are going to pile into, like, the back space, like the trunk area.
I'll ride in the trunk, let Spider ride up front with Amaging, and Dulin can climb in the back with me in the trunk space. Two doors should fit in the trunk.
Yeah, pretty easily. Okay. And then who's driving? Amaging, I assume. All right, you guys get all squared away. Doors closed to the car, and it's the first time you hear him speak. And it's that same voice that you remember from the first time you were there at the asylum. Oh, are we going on a trip? I can't wait to get to where we're going. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Hey folks, Dr. Friendship here from Critical Hits. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. I'm glad that you enjoyed the episode enough to watch it all the way to the end. We truly appreciate your support, and extra appreciate those folks out there that are supporting us over on patreon.com/critical_hits. Those folks would be Crimson Gecko, Bear, The Rogue 404, Drekstorm, Nicholas, Anthony, Tim, John, Tommy, Martin, Michael, Niles, Flatty1 Gaming, Manic, Sander, Winter, Jim, Austin, The Musician, Shadow Dagger, Ancient Relic, Rende, What the Dice, Dat Booty, and Techno Druid. We appreciate you folks so much. It's only 5 new yen a month, but it does go a really, really long way in helping us get the bills paid around here. That way we can keep bringing you the content that you're enjoying. So thank you all so much. If you haven't checked it out and you're interested, we have a bunch of different stuff over there. We've got access to the special Crit Pit, the Patreon-only channel in our Discord. You get a shout out after every episode. You also get early release episodes. So once we're done with the pre-edit of the episode, I just drop it over there on Patreon. So if you're jonesing for a little more SINless and you want to get it early, you can do that over there on patreon.com. We also got some digital art and other things like that. So as we roll out with stuff, those people are getting it first. So if you want to be part of that club, go check it out. If not, we still appreciate all of you spending your time with us and just listening. That's all we could really ask. Without you guys, there's no podcast. It's just us playing our home game. And so we're super thankful, humbled, and grateful that all of you spend your time with us every week. So thank you. Good night. We'll see you in the next episode.
The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary materials used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. is granted permission to Critical Hits to use such names, logos, artwork, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Critical Hits in any official capacity whatsoever.